What's up, guys? In this video, I want to tell you why having an eating window allows you to really indulge and enjoy food when you really want to. And the reason for that is because a lot of times we find ourselves in like parties or birthdays. Parties and birthdays are probably the same thing. But we find ourselves in situations where like, man, that food looks really good and I really want to try that, but I'm on this specific diet and I can't eat those things. So I understand that happens, and you can't always eat the things you want to eat because we want to eat a nutrient dense diet, 80 to 90% of the time, and then indulge, maybe that 10 to 20% of the time. Well, an eating window gives you that ability to indulge in certain things that maybe don't go specifically with a certain diet. If you're in a specific diet, it's going to really close you off to eating certain types of foods, and you're going to have to adjust your life in a way that makes you have to say no a lot of times to certain things. When it's easier to probably say no when you're asleep, because you don't have to say no. If your eating window is from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., technically you can eat whenever you want during that time. Now you probably want to, space out your meals a little bit and give your body enough time to digest. But having the ability to say, you know what, I can eat whatever I want and I can indulge in something if I feel like I want to indulge in that thing is very empowering. And it allows you to try different things in life. I remember, one New Year's we went, so it was New Year's Eve, we went out, we saw some fireworks, we had a good time. And then the next day we went to this cinnamon roll place in Chicago. I was with my sister, and these were apparently like the best cinnamon rolls in Chicago. And I, at the time, was like doing this certain type of diet where I only ate 52 desserts a year. Kind of weird, but it's what I was doing. And I was like, I'm not going to eat this first dessert on this day because, I would take away. And, I didn't want to eat a cinnamon roll if I didn't want to eat it at the time, but I really wanted to try the cinnamon roll, and it was going to be one of my desserts. So like, I literally did not eat one of those cinnamon rolls, almost out of spite, because people were like, oh yeah, he's on a 52 dessert thing. But also because I was like super handcuffing myself to be like, oh, I can't even try this. Right. And so that's where I want people to have the ability to indulge and experience things, when they really want to, and not feel like, oh, I'm missing out on a cinnamon roll in Chicago when I don't live there. And I need to go back there and try this cinnamon roll. But a lot of times, we want to have like some pancakes, or we want to have a piece of birthday cake or something like that. And if it's within your window, hey, have a bite, have a slice. Obviously, if you're not allergic to it and it's not going to kill you, it's definitely something where if it's something you've never had before, you're going to be like, oh man, I kind of want to try that. And for me, I am, pretty disciplined with my eating regimen 80 to 90% of the time. So if something comes along and I'm like, man, that cookie looks really good. Like yesterday I had a really soft cookie, and it was around like 6 or 7 p.m. when I had it. So it was during my eating window. And I was like, I probably 10 years ago would not have gotten that cookie. But since I was like, you know what, I'm trying to stick to my eating window, and this was within my eating window, and this cookie looks delicious, I'm going to get it. This video is geared towards why you probably have an eating window, so you can enjoy those desserts or different types of foods. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I've done diets. I've been on diets where I've literally had to say no all the time, it feels like, because there are foods around me that I can't eat. And so having to say no all the time kind of, I want to say, it wears you down. It really wears you down to a point where you go, gosh, I feel like I have to say no all the time to things. Whereas if you're open to almost eating anything at any time, you give yourself the opportunity to say, I want to be a little more selective, but I can indulge in something if I want to, and I'm going to experience that and have a good time. So that was it. That's why I love the eating window concept, is because it allows us, it doesn't take anything off the table, and it allows us to go, you know what, I'm within my eating window and I want to enjoy this. I want to have this breakfast burrito that I don't necessarily eat all the time, and I want to enjoy this. I want to have a good experience. I'll stop talking about enjoying, indulging, and having a good experience. But that's another point in the direction of an eating window and why it's nice to have. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and get after it.